Hey y'all, it's Tuesday. So we're coming up to the end of Pride Month for the LGBT community, so instead of promoting some sort of political agenda, I thought we could talk about the history of LGBT rights here in America. By the way, I'm currently in America. This here is my cousin's sunroom. Just in case you didn't see the last video. Right, so the story of LGBT rights really begins in the 1960s. Up until this point, America and really the world had gone through centuries of oppression of the LGBT community for reasons that should be obvious. So throughout the 1960s, it was fairly common for US police to raid gay and transgender friendly bars across America. Finally, one day in June of 1969, some LGBT patrons in Stonewall Inn in New York City decided they had had enough. They refused to cooperate with the police. As Kevin Nadal, the executive director at the Center for Gay and Lesbian Studies, wrote, by 1969, LGBT people were fed up with this unfairness and decided to fight back. By the way, isn't it interesting how disobedience always seems to be happening in New York? When the police tried to arrest and allegedly mistreat the bar's customers, including 4 trans women of color, 4 nights of rioting commenced. By the end of it, both police and protesters were injured and dozens of people were arrested. A year after those riots, the Christopher Street Liberation Day Umbrella Committee held the first Pride March to commemorate the Stonewall riots. So there wasn't really a comprehensive LGBT movement before the Stonewall riots, but after the Stonewall riots, there was a pretty strong LGBT movement. Like, there had been isolated movements, but this is when those protests got louder, got stronger, and got far more numerous. Like, by June of 1969, there were like 50 or 60 gay rights groups throughout America. A year after the Stonewall riots, there were over 1,000. The Stonewall riots showed that fighting for the rights actually worked for the LGBT community. Progress was slow, but eventually progress was made. For example, at the beginning of the 21st century, homosexual people earned back the right to fight in the military. Of course, the greatest victory that the LGBT community won happened last year, when gay marriage was constitutionalized all throughout America thanks to a Supreme Court case. And that's where we are right now. The American LGBT community has lots of victories under their belt. What's next? Well, maybe bringing more LGBT rights to the LGBT communities all around the world. Who knows? For now, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But while you're waiting, you can go take the first annual Census of Awesome down in my pants. I mean, the doobly-doo. It's basically a survey that will help me get an idea of who my audience is, the kind of stuff they like to watch, the kind of stuff they want me to make, and also help me answer a very important question. What do birds do for a living? I'll see you all next time.